Hi, Capricorn. Welcome to your January 2021 Astro Update. It's Raina here. I almost said 2020 because I'm recording this at the end of December, or in the second half, I should say. So, the sun is in your sign. Happy birthday, happy solar return. Most of you have birthdays in January, so it's probably a month that you enjoy overall. Jupiter and Saturn have just recently gone into Aquarius, and that is your second house of earned income, which is really great because even though Aquarius is an air sign and isn't really associated with an earth sign, it is in an earth house, which is the second house. This is Taurus's house. So you have an affinity with the earth signs and what the earth houses represent, in this case, earned income. So I have a whole separate video of on Jupiter and Saturn and Aquarius that you can check out on my channel. I'll link it if I think about it, if I remember at the end of this, and I'm posting my video, but in any case, it's there. And I'm not going to go too far into it, but suffice it to say, this will be a theme of 2021 for you, your finances. And I think it will be overall a good thing because I think that Saturn will rein in Jupiter's excess. Not that Capricorn is an excessive sign. I don't think that even Jupiter's influence by itself will ever tempt a Capricorn to be like an overspender, unless maybe you have Venus in Sag or something. And Jupiter will make Saturn less restrictive. And of course, Saturn is your ruler. So you are, aligned with what Saturn represents. But that's, while that can be great overall, sometimes it can cause a person to be a little bit too conventional or what's another term? Restrictive, not taking risks. I can't think of another way to put it, but you know what I mean. So on the 6th, we have more Earth energy besides the sun because Mars goes into Taurus. Now, Mars has been in that second house in Aquarius. You know what? I had to do this over again because I said this. What am I talking about? Why am I saying that Mars was in Aquarius when actually Mars was in Aries? I started over this reading because I said that. So Mars has been in Aries, and Aries forms a square to Capricorn. And so this is, in your case, Mars has been in your 4th house of home and family. And actually, come to think of it, because that Mars retrograde way back in whenever it was, I think it was September, because it was in Aries, you've been dealing with it being in your 4th house for ages. I mean, Mars only has about a 6-week transit through a sign, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's like less than 2 months. And here it's been in this area for like 4 months or so, at least. So, you have had to deal with a lot of stuff on the home front, and some of it might have been a little bit tricky, maybe a little bit contentious with Mars. Mars can create conflict. So, not sure what that's all about. Perhaps there was some kind of family matter that was a bit of a conflict of some sort with one or both of your parents, or with your home in general. Maybe there was, you're doing work on your home and that's going to be finished. But anyway, Mars is going into the 5th house, and this is the area of pleasure. Mars, I was going to say, because when I think of pleasure, I think of sex, and that's ridiculous because actually the 5th house can deal with fun and games and, sports, competitive sports. And maybe you were training for something, but you've been training inside your home. So you kind of turned a room in your house into a home gym or something like that, and now you're kind of getting out there and competing. Bodybuilding, I don't know. But in any case, Mars can be the sex drive, and the fifth house can be recreational sex. So I'm going to leave that right there. But it can be love, and there might be some kind of. I think with fifth house matters. If you're dating, you're actively dating. You're not necessarily. This is not romantic per se, but more like somebody who is, I was going to say, on the prowl. That is looking for fun, maybe not looking for commitment. So perhaps with Mars in the fourth house, there was trouble with your home life, and now you're kind of ready to roam. And definitely because in December, at the end of December, there was a full moon in your marital sector, the seventh house in Cancer. Perhaps that was the end of someone's marriage, or some Capricorn's marriage. Now, ending might be the divorce decree. And now because usually I would say with most Capricorns, they're going to wait for that official announcement or pronouncement before they go back out on the prowl. But who knows? Just putting it out there like that. And this is just an area that might be like, if you're dealing with artistic endeavors, the fifth house can be creativity, that you are really putting your energy into it. So so it's nice. It's a trine because it's in a fellow earth sign. On the 8th, we have Mercury going into Aquarius. Now, Mercury is going into that money sector. So Mercury has been in your sign for the first week of the month, and now your mind is on your money. You might be crunching numbers. You might be balancing your books. There might be something, maybe you're devising a budget for 2021. On the same day, Venus goes into your sign. That's always nice when Venus goes into your sign, because you can become this money magnet. Venus is the attractor. You may feel more beautiful regardless of how you look like, or although you may actively seek to beautify yourself with some kind of treatment, or getting your hair cut or dyed or what have you. But this can be good for making a great first impression, which can benefit you if you're looking for a job or if you're looking for love. On the 13th, there's a new moon in your sign, 23 degrees of Capricorn. So for most of you, this will be your new moon of in your first house. For a select few of you, this would be the last 7 degrees or so, or 6 degrees. So if you're born towards the end of the sign of Capricorn, or if your rising sign is after 23 degrees, 24 to 29 degrees, this is going to fall in your 12th house. And so you're going to have to wait until February 11th for the new moon in Aquarius for you to feel like, that's your pressing your restart button altogether. Obviously, your solar return, your birthday, or the degree when the sun is in the same degree as your birthday, is also going to be a reset and a solar cycle. But this is another thing. This is specifically, I would say, for your rising sign. This could be very important. So I wanted to be more accurate about that. But for most of you, this will be the first house. And so what would you like to bring into your reality in 2021? All the personal planets are direct. Actually, all the planets are direct at this point, because Uranus, or the very next day, Uranus goes direct on the 14th at 6 degrees of Taurus. The significance of this, that was not lost on me is that Uranus goes direct at the very same degree that, we'll scratch that. It's not the very same degree, but it will form a conjunction um, at the time of when this is occurring, because we have Mars at this point at 3 degrees of Taurus, and Uranus is at 6 degrees. So this will form a conjunction, and they will actually be at the same degree on the 20th and 21st of January. And the sun goes into, so the sun goes into Aquarius on the 19th, and that goes into your second house. And then the 2 days following that, we have exact conjunction between Mars and the now direct Uranus. And how I see this, and I'm seeing this for all of us, is that this is going to be a time when we can break free of old patterns, and we can act from a position of sovereignty, because Taurus is a sign that represents kind of like that stability and the tried and true. But in the sign, but with Uranus being the planet that has this Taurian energy, it's kind of like a clash. I mean, it's a clash between the more progressive and the more conservative. And Mars is like this very forward-looking, forward-moving type of an influence coming together with Uranus. So it's like breaking free of these constraints. But at the same time, it's grounded because it's in Taurus, the first earth sign. So I think that there's like a lot to be said about that. It may seem kind of contradictory, but, it's constructive. Because Uranus rules Aquarius, there is this rebellious quality that's associated, this nonconformist rebellious quality that we would associate with Uranus, and the rebelliousness is associated with Mars. Mars can be very defiant and rebellious. But in Taurus, there's a stubborn, persistent quality. And while sometimes that can be maddening, when you're trying to really make something happen, because of this conjunction, I think it can actually speed things up, and also, but at the same time, balance things out and not be too out there. So for you, because Taurus is this 5th house, if you are thinking of starting a business or anything along those lines, that might be your time when you have the courage, because Mars to me is about courage, to break free from the constraints of working for others. Capricorn is a cardinal sign, and Capricorns are natural leaders, therefore, but also natural business owners, or, working for yourself, because you're self-starters. And you're not somebody who needs a supervisor to tell you what to do. If you do work for somebody else, and Capricorns are not adverse to working for others, the same way an Aries person, who is a cardinal sign as well, might be. Capricorns are much more respectful of hierarchy and tradition, and wanting to move up that ladder of success and the pecking order and all that stuff. The food chain. But you're like a natural leader, but by the same token, you're not somebody who needs a supervisor to tell you what to do. If you were working for somebody else, you could be the kind of person who would take it upon yourself if there was a lull in the action, and do something else to kind of fill in the gap. Where another person might just, stand there slack-jawed and just wait until they're told what to do. But you would just, maybe pick up a broom and just sweep and just do something. I confess, I probably would be that other kind of person, just standing there waiting for somebody to tell me what to do. And I have Mars in Capricorn, so I don't know what's up with that. Okay, so that's happening. And so that can be very liberating for you, especially if you're starting your own business. I think this could also be love at first sight, where you're you're physically attracted. Mars can be that physical attraction, and Uranus can be that like, bam, kind of. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you would like to look at 2021 as a whole, in terms of your own specific chart or any other type of reading that I offer, please click on the link below. It will take you to rainamoonastrology.com. That is my website. Thank you for listening. Take care. Bye.